Business owners whose shops were looted in Malvern, east of Johannesburg this morning, are counting their losses. An estimated 50 shops were looted and several vehicles burnt after a group of mobs went on the rampage. Some of the shops were also set alight. Police have arrested more than 30 people. The motive of the looting is not yet known. Looting started in nearby Jeppestown yesterday morning. A building was also set on fire, which claimed the lives of 3 people. Police say criminals are taking advantage of the situation. For more, let's cross live to SABC News reporter Gillian Pillay. A very good morning to you, Gillian. Quite a big story, this one, this morning. What can you tell us?
Very good morning to you, Desiree. Just from our conversations with residents here in the area, they say that this was filtering through as early as midday yesterday. They knew that this area where we are in now, Jules Street, they knew that it was going to be targeted. They knew that this kind of, the extent of the looting that many woke up to this morning was going to be to this degree, because there were these rumors going around that this was going to happen. We are standing now in one of these foreign shop-owned shops that were looted, and I'm stepping out now so that you could see a similar picture to what we saw from Soweto, but also from weeks ago, where we saw those clashes with police. A lot of police in the area, but also quite a lot of emergency services. Some shops have been torched. Schools in the area naturally have also been disrupted. The area, a very business-like industrial area, a wave of destruction, and you can really see in a kind of aftermath that took place here last night, the kind of degree to which, the kind of violence that we see here that played out. We're going to talk to various people in this particular crossing. I know we are strained for time. I'm joined by Pastor Ben Dlamini. He owns a ECD center in the area. Pastor, you say this is the third time this has happened. And also, you have some eyewitness account about what happened.
Yeah, in fact, this is a very hot spot area. Even when it started, I think in 2008, we were heavily affected in this area. And then it happened the second time. And now it is the third time that it is happening. And obviously, yesterday there was a difference compared to the previous accounts, because there were some police, visibility, and also activity around. But the people's force was so much that the police could not contain, and hence the whole street is just wreaked havoc, and that is all. And I am also running an ECD center here, so once all the other neighbors' businesses are affected, we also get affected, and we fear for the lives of the children. And some of my staff members for both of my centers could not make it to school today, and we had to turn back parents who are bringing children earlier on today. And then this is one of my neighbors' business, and we are all in the same building, but this is what happened.
Pastor, what did you see? I mean, we're trying to get an eyewitness account. Was it groups of people?
Yes.
Was it mostly at night that these attacks happened? Or is it faceless people?
Okay. It actually started around 8 o'clock yesterday, just to intensify. And groups of people. And in 3rd Street, this is what happened. They had to shut down the electricity, and houses in 3rd Street did not have electricity. And I think they just did it deliberately so that they can conduct this act. And when police were firing rubber bullets and stuff, then they will disperse and also regroup. And they were now looting stores, taking stuff like meal and rice and stuff. And all the shops around here, they are empty.
Desiree, we're also talking to locals in the area who have lived here for quite some time with foreign nationals. I'm joined by Samantha Pillay. Samantha, you have relatives who are foreign nationals. How has this affected them?
This has affected my family in a drastic way, because at the end of the day, my sister is married to a foreign national, and like 2 months ago they sold the shop, and this same shop has been looted. There's nothing in the shop. There's absolutely nothing. Everything is broken to the ground, burnt. I don't know what's the intention back of this, because at the end of the day, I'm living in this area for the past 20 years. I grew up, I schooled here, I worked in this area, and but all this could have been prevented is because yesterday, like about 12 o'clock, everybody got WhatsApp SMSs further down Jewel Street on next to Spa, shops were torched. I mean, everything was going viral. I don't understand how the government or Becky Clearly, being the minister of the police forum, didn't adhere to what was going on. I mean, this is a hotspot area for any violence. And I mean, from what I've gathered from the time I've been to my mom's house and back to my house, things was AWOL. I mean, gunshots have been flying, things have been battered, cars have been torched, houses have been burned, shops have been burned. These people were not coming in 1 and 2 where the public could help the foreign national. These people were coming in battalions. As the police were coming through, they were coming, but they were not enough. So the crowd overcrowded the police, and it was just like, hey, well, there's not a shop that's open that people can buy from. There's not a bottle store. There's nothing on Jewel Street. Jewel Street is I can say a devil's playground, because there's nothing. There's nothing that nobody can bring up here. I mean,
but just with foreigners, you've lived here with them for quite some time, and you actually spoke in their favor when we spoke to you earlier.
Yes, I mean, being a South African citizen, I hold a 13-digit ID, barcoded South African ID. But these people that came into this country came to make a living as well. My brother-in-law is working hard as well. And from what they've done here, I think this is just pure criminality. They just took what they wanted. I mean, my children couldn't go to school. My husband couldn't go to work because the place was up in smoke. We couldn't move anywhere. This was disaster, disaster, disaster. And I'm telling you, these foreign nationals need somebody to help them out. I mean, how do we get business into South Africa if we're going to be harassing the foreign nationals? This is not happening. And I think Becky Keller and Cyril Ramaphosa needs to step up the plate and come into Jewel Street and see what's happening. Deploy the army or the navy or somebody to help us out here, because there is no help over here. And these people are dying, getting hurt, assaulted. We as South African citizens are fearing our lives as well. I'm fearing talking to you guys now live just to share my thoughts and views about this. And I think all South Africans should be sympathizing with these foreign nationals. They have nothing. If you look around you, I think their beggars are not the words for them. They are in destitute. They need our help instead of us doing what has been done to them. My heart goes out to them, guys. Come clap hands as South Africans and help the foreign nationals and see what we can do and to help them, because this is not on. Because we are also fearing our lives, and people around here are fearing their lives.
So that was Samantha Pillay. I'm also going to talk to an affected shop owner. How are you feeling after what has happened? I know you've had a shop here for about 7 years.
Yes, I do. I felt very, very bad because it is not setting a good example of South Africa, because I've been here for the past 7 years, and like everyone have ever seen, we're actually living here in fears because we don't really know exactly what is the reason for this. You know, we are trying to make a living, working very hard, and all of a sudden somebody will just come and destroy it overnight. It has been happening. This is the third time my shop has been broken into. So it is indeed, the one of last night was indeed a very terror. I was here I was called by 10 o'clock that people have been broken into my shop. And as I came in, I tried to contact the police, called the 10-111. They said that there are some police here, they are helping the situation. But when I came in, everywhere was blocked, and they were here in their numbers. I even tried, I couldn't get hold of anybody to help because I was right there watching what was going on. And I went to the GP police stations to see if I could get a help. When I got there, they also told me the same thing, that they don't have enough manpower. So I was wondering if the police commander was aware of it, he could easily have sent in some other backup from other stations. That was the situations. Cars were being burnt, shops were being looted. In fact, it was a chaos. I've never seen something like this since I grew up as a person. That was too violent. They were shooting guards periodically. Police were also shooting at them. They were dragging cars out of their garages and setting fire on them, destroying people's property. So I don't think there is any good reason to justify destroying another person's hard-earned living. You know, because all that we're trying to do is just to earn a living. We're not taking anybody's job. We are creating jobs for us that are here. In my business here, I employed 3 South Africans here. And there are other ones that have actually taught the business that I'm doing. because we do cast spares and other things. So I don't see good reason why people must be that such barbaric. Because what I saw last night, honestly speaking, it is not sending a good image. Because to me, South Africa should be the face of Africa. You know, there are things other African nations are supposed to learn from South Africa. And what makes South Africa unique is a rainbow nation. It's a country that had all people. That is one thing that makes South Africa unique. People should appreciate it, you know.
Desiree, as you hear, there are quite a lot of detail coming out about what transpired last night. A lot of heated emotions, a lot of anger, a lot of fear as well from what we saw playing out here last night. And as we've heard in the interviews we've just had, Jewel Street really, it's a road full of destruction. Tens of thousands of rands really building up in the kinds of financial costs. And police have made quite a few arrests, but police still out here trying to contain the situation, Desiree.
Gillian, thank you so much for that update. We'll continue to look at the impacts of that looting last night in Jeppestown.